As I sit in the sand by myself with no one's commotion, I get stuck in time, staring off in distance as if I'm stuck in motion. And as time passes by, a smile spreads across my face as I'm reminded of how I'm saved by God's amazing grace. But as hours pass by, time doesn't even cross my mind. Yet for some people, me just sitting there silently catches their eyes. And so they come up to me and say, "Young man, you've been here all day. Are you waiting for someone, or is it just one of those days?" And I reply in the most honest way. I say, "Sir, I'm here because the ocean reminds me of God, peaceful yet equally wrathful, unpredictable yet dependable, uncontrollable and untamable, yet beautiful and stunning." And sometimes that sends them running, because they think I'm a weirdo or a freak, because I worship a God who loves us, made us in His image, and made us all unique. But once in a while they'll stay and say, "What do you mean?" And in response I say, "Look into the sea, my friend. You see, if I look into the water, I'll see a reflection of me, scratched and bruised, thrown away and used, not perfect in any way. If the ocean accepts anyone and everyone, no matter who they are or time of day, if they are dirty and embrace what it has for them, its waves will wash over them and make them clean and new. If you are cut or bruised, its waters will heal you, but it won't be painless. It will sting and burn, yet in the end, we become washed clean and rid of all concerns." The ocean is home of sailors and fishermen, gliding across its surface as a sense of therapy, to help clear their minds, listening to the waves as a type of remedy of a melody to hopefully help them find their destiny. And some go up out in the waters with a plan in mind, while others just go to sit and relax as time passes by, watching the shimmering sea reflect upon their eyes. And even though we might have our own plans in mind, the ocean can change its course, having its waves change direction, causing our ships to have to yield to its nature. But most of the time, we fight against the change in order to stay on our own path of our own plans. But yet, if we do, we're never going to find the treasures destined for me or for you. You see, if we want to sail the ship on our own course without a lighthouse, a map, compass, or simple directions illuminating this path, we're going to get lost by our own misdirections, which will slowly break us, wishing we never stepped onto this boat and off of the sand. For at least back on sand, I could stand on firm land and know I had a foundation on which I could lean on, but yet instead I'm floating against these waves, wondering what my next step will be. You see, I took premature actions trying to sail on these waters with my own rules. You see, I just got up and went. But now I'm stuck on my own thoughts with no one else with me to vent. So now I'm just sitting in the silence. But as time passes by, the waves slowly become a song of calmness and peace that washes over me. Its waters easing my thoughts so gently, to the point where it chills my skin. And as it's washed with me this peace, I can't help but to gain a childish grin. But once again, the water began to rage, and at that moment I realized I couldn't win this battle by my own terms. I had to change direction of my sails, or else these violent waters will tear away this boat and sink me in. And as I did, the wind took hold of my sails, guiding me along the path of these waves as if I was being led into a dance. I fell to my knees, glancing off in the distance, wondering if I even had a chance. As the waves were crashing upon my deck, my mind was elsewhere through all of it. You see, I heard a voice say to me, "Trust in me, my son, and follow my path, for your treasures are kept elsewhere from the enemy's wrath. So do not worry about your future or your past, just grab my hand, and I'll help you to stand. You were never alone, for I stood by your side ever since the first breath you took upon the sand. So ride along these waves with confidence and perseverance. Hold on to me, for your future is full of abundance. For I have already conquered this world and taken care of all of it. Trust in me, and I will guide you upon the shores of everlasting life. Trust in me, and you will never feel the sting of the enemy's unsheathed knife. Trust in me, and you will never become a sunken memory upon the sea. Trust in me, and your eyes will truly see. For all I ask, my son, is that you trust in me." And as his voice fades away, I'm left speechless on my knees, looking up at the sky, with water spraying against my face. And all I could do was sit and pray. I gave it all to him on that day. He stilled the storm to a whisper, and the waves and sea were at a hush. And in that instant, all my fears and doubts were gone. I stood to my feet to find myself surrounded with nothing but peace. The gentle sound of water rippling below my feet, and the sun reflecting upon the sea. All was calm and all was well. And in that moment I realized it's in His presence forever I want to dwell. For we are His children, and He is our Father. He is nothing but gracious and compassionate. He is slow to anger, yet abounding in love. He is faithful and maintains love to 1,000, and He forgives the wicked, rebellious, and sinful. Yet our Father is a just and righteous God. He does not leave the guilty unpunished, for He judges the wicked for their sin. But due to Jesus' sacrifice upon the cross, He has defeated the grave and raised again from the third day. He stole the keys from hell so we could live life well knowing that we worship a God who loves and saves. He has created a path for us to live and walk with Him in paradise, where there is no more tears and no more pain. For in His name we are freed from the enemy's chains, no longer having to live a life wondering if the future is going to turn out grim. Yet instead, by His name, we stand in mansions in heaven, worshiping His name with joyous hearts and beautiful hymns. But in order to have all this, we need to make the conscious decision that we will lead into eternal bliss, to lay down our plans at His feet so we can trust and follow